You clicked on this video because your arrangement sucked, didn't you?
You're right. It's fact.
Nah, boys, I'm just yanking your chain, you know what I'm saying? Listen, regardless of if you actually need help with your arrangements or you're know-it-all, you know everything, and you clicked the video because you wanted to, you know, see why I'm wrong, by the end of the video, you're going to either have better arrangements or your understanding of arrangements are going to be better. So win-win. Let's go. I think the best way to do this is just talking bro to bro right here. You know what I mean? I can't really do the tip one, number one. I got to like just tell you guys like you're in the room with me. So the long story short, we got first beat pulled up. Really good thing to do. Start sectioning your beats into 8 bars. As far as melodies go, as far as your drums, you could do even shorter patterns, it's fine, but you just want to make sure that you're sectioning in 8s, and this is going to be the building block for us for sure. So we got 8 bars here, another 8 bars, we got a 16, and that's traditionally that's enough for either a hook or a verse, one of the two. 16 for a hook, 16 for a verse. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's 24, but doesn't matter. You got to understand the concepts a little more, and then you can riff off that. So for now, let's start 16 16, and this is how it's going right here. Leading into the other 8, which drops is the drop of the beat technically, or they can rap off rip. It's not going to mess the song up at all. So a little breakdown, maybe a little bridge right before he actually comes in, or like an intro if he doesn't want to rap in the beginning, or she, don't care. As long as you keep these concepts here, they're going to be much easier to rap on. You'll be able to see the picture a lot more. So we got that 16. We got another 8 here for a section, as you could see. And then let's call it the second half of the verse. This is the first half. And we're going to go no bridge in this beat. No bridge. We'll get there. We'll get there. So we got a 32 right here. Oh, woo, hip, hip, hooray. And they're all broken down into 8s. As you can see, this is a kick here for this pattern. So it starts off with a kick, goes into here. No kick could be considered maybe a breakdown. I don't know. The artist can get creative here. Doesn't matter. As long as you're giving them that option and that freedom to do something, you can work from there. But if it's not there, you can't create it. You know what I mean? So leading into the verse, we do a breakdown, much less melodies going on here. This is where like the person would really start rapping, or whatever, to be honest. It's coming in. We're leading it in. Way more chilled out than the rest of the beat right here. Gives a lot of room for the artist to, you know, rap or do something there. And then for the second half, we're just progressing the song here. The second half of the verse, found another section here that sounded good. Pretty bare too, compared to the hook right here, which is usually gonna have more sounds. And it goes into here, which I did. A little bit more, I wouldn't say super advanced, but I did a second drum pattern here. Like I was saying, bro, as long as you know the foundations, so we break it up into 8, you're going to be able to break down just about any beat from here now. So we got another 8. We went over here, we added a new drum section because do whatever you want, bro. Get creative. And we did a new 808 line just to throw the vibe in a different direction, and it flows into the second half of the verse. So let's go. I'm going to just play it from the top so you guys really get the full picture here. Right, so we're going to the second half of the verse. So we're getting ready to loop the beat back in. No bridge this time. And it just spells it out because you know when the 808 changes, subconsciously you got the song repeating here soon. A lot of the things could be felt more than like literally physically said. Oh, the verse is coming up. You do it by the way you arrange the beat. So you'll see what I mean coming back in. And all we did, look, let me just take this out here and show you. We literally just looped right here. So we just looped, went like this. I took my tag out so it's on the second one. That's so hard. But and then as far as the outro goes, so this is what I do. Here's my thought process here. I just let it run. Just added an extra outro. Sometimes they don't even do the second half of the verse for an outro. They'll just run the hook back. It could be like ended like this even. It doesn't really matter that much as long as you understand. Sections of 8, that's really the main thing for really understanding how the building blocks. And let's go to the next thing. All right, I like this one a lot for arrangement. It adds the bridge section here, over here that we were talking about in the previous beat that didn't have it. As you could see, I keep these fundamentals, even though you'll see deviations, because as long as you get, like, if you get what I'm doing, bro, you could break down anybody's stuff, anybody's arrangement, and really piece it together in a way where it's like a puzzle and it all fits perfect. Maybe we don't leave that part in. Here's a little bit of a preview of the beat. Yeah. All right, you get the tip. Freestyle on your beats would be good, especially for your arrangements. You'll be able to see, you know what I mean? If I'm able to do it on camera and make myself look real dumb to you guys better be able to be in your rooms by yourself, cooking up, and be able to do this and not get uncomfortable, bro. Listen, it's part of music. It's how you get better at it. Bro, you got to understand music from the artist perspective, too. I know you got into it because you want to be a producer, but having really good arrangements is feeling like what an artist would feel when they're cooking up. So, all right, when we peel the onion back on this, mad simple, boys. Look, I even kind of like arranged it so you guys could see what I'm talking about. We got 16 here. Boom, boom. We got a hook for 16 or verse, whatever they want. The indicator, the 8 is foundational. Like I said, it's foundational. I got this sound effect here every 8. Kind of breaking up the sections, you know what I'm saying? Leading into this section is picking it up a little bit with the piano on. Dun, dun, dun. Really good for leading into the verse here. And you get this little break right here you see in the break, in the beat right here. Nice little indicator, a little swag, nothing crazy. I'm not Mozart or nothing, but look. It's like perfect for an artist to start rapping if they did like a singy hook over here in this part, or they wanted to switch their flow up over here. Then we got the second half of the verse carrying it again. And this is a good beat, for example, to kind of build off the last one, because here we got a bridge. We got a little bridge here. It fits in perfectly like this from the beginning because I just looped it. But like I said, I wanted a bridge in here, so I just took it out. It's fine if it's this way, or if you wanted to actually add another bridge, you could just literally do that and move everything over. And this, I just dragged this out, and this is just the outro right here. Normally, they'll fly the hook maybe again for the outro, because you usually want to end the song. You don't want to always... Listen, when I say these things, they're colloquial terms. I don't mean it as a straight up rule for fact. You got to do this every time. Music, where the f you want it to be, there's a... So for this, I just made this an outro. Sometimes they'll just fly the hook again. That's basically what I was getting at. So the hook again, and run it again. Okay, run the hook with some ad-libs here and let the song play out here and zone off here. And yeah, it's good. All right, next one. All right, I love this beat specifically for this arrangement video because this is a different way to approach it. And this, as long as, like I was saying, as long as you understand the concepts, bro, you're gonna be able to veer off and do it in your own way that makes it cool. So for this, I wanted to pick a cool factor, just whatever it is. Let me give you a quick preview of the beat real fast.
Ready?
Hey, young, this your beat?
Same principles as before. We got the 8 here. We go to the other 8. Look, ooh, look. He switched it up a little bit. Nothing crazy, bro. I literally unique this hi-hat pattern. Put these 4 notes up.
He like a hi-hat guy, kind of.
And it just carries the song a little bit more to the next section because that's all you're trying to do. You got all this little ear candy. We added this little baby snare right here. And like you see, it's not like rocket science. I'm not making complex patterns, but you're progressing the record with your arrangement. Then we're leading into the verse, the 16 for the verse, right? We go a little extra spicy. We throw a little pizzazz on there. So we go back over here. I brought this over, but I unique the hi-hats again and hit them with a little reverse ski. So it's leading in like this, watch. And then the song progresses from there, and that's just to kind of show you how it does. As long as you just understand foundationally, if you understand the concepts you're doing, you're going to be able to build off them and make them more complex without actually having to have more sounds all the time. It's just more interesting ideas. The traditional idea for, I feel like, you know, beginners and stuff is literally stack more sounds up. Oh, this section, I'm going to add another melody. You don't always got to do that. You could switch up the 808 pattern for a second half. You could switch up your hi-hat. You can add one single snare to switch up the vibe. So many things you could do, bro. Just keep your mind open and think of everything big picture. Like Bob Ross. Does the voice still work on here?
Excuse me, English or Spanish?
Baby, you got something in you know.
All right, just to prove to you how like this transcends genres, it transcends everything. As long as you just get these concepts, you're gonna be able to build up some real complex, cool looking stuff, but when you listen to it, it makes perfect sense. Let me give you an example right here. This arrangement looks way crazier than it is, and I'm gonna break it down.
Ready?
Going in the second half right here. Boom, leading into the verse, whatever you want to call this. Changes, second half. You're just giving them different looks. Every 8, you're giving them a different look without having to add a bunch of sounds. As you can notice, I'm not just stacking sounds over and over. You see in here, taking sounds out, blah, blah, blah. This might look all confusing, and let me break this down and strip it and show you really how simple it is. We got my intro, which takes up this little half. So let's get rid of that. We got this intro that takes up this, like right here as a start. When we take all that out and we bring this over, look at this. Holy guacamole, holy shnikes. Look at this. Boom, 8, 8, 8, 8. And then what happens? What happens? It loops. It loops. Do you see it? Do you get the picture? Do you understand? This is why you suck. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but yeah, it loops like this. If you do it like this, you could just take out right when this verse is coming back in, because we looped it. Boom. This would be the second half of the verse for the 3rd time through. You can either leave the drums in there and do a fade off here. You could fade it, or you could literally just take it out, let them fly the hook again. And then it serves as a good outro. And there you go, boys. Listen. I didn't have anything to follow up there. I kind of want to just cover the bases. I feel like it's much more important to understand what we're doing, the concepts, and instead of more like getting really deep diving into like how to make drops, like bring the snare out here and all that stuff. This is much more important because as long as you get this, you could use these tools, and the rest is fill in the blank. The like how you do your drops, how you do cool switch ups and stuff. That's your imagination, buddy. That's where your creativity comes in. But as long as you get like little parameters you're looking for, you'll be able to make some stuff you like every time and make the song progress with an arrangement that is satisfying for an artist to hear and for the listeners to hear. So if you want 2.2 gigabytes of sounds for free, link in the description below. Download that. If you want to get a more personal look on how to get a good arrangements, or you just want my FLPs straight up so you can look at my templates and like, you know, physically move around and piece stuff together, you can check out my Patreon. Boom.
I hate God.